All right, here we go. My name's Jeff K, and you're listening to episode 248 of the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast.
Hello, world.
Back in the saddle, my friends. Back to work. Post-COVID. Well, I hope it doesn't come roaring back. I don't know how this works. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. But I feel like I'm past it. I'm back to work. All that jazz. I was texting with Ian the other day. Ian from Scotland, and he had it at the same time I did, and so did producer Zip. Isn't that weird? Because that one episode, all three of us appear in that episode, and all of us had COVID. I didn't really understand. I didn't really know that. I knew that Zip and I did. I didn't know Ian did. So it's kind of ironic or coincidental, I guess, that all three of us at the same time. I'm in Pennsylvania, Zip is in Texas, and Ian's in Scotland. All of us, at the same time, had COVID. Anyway, I'm fine. I'm back. But anyway, Ian described our version of COVID as diet COVID. I'll take it. It was just like a cold to me and him. I don't know. It felt like Zip had a little bit of rougher time than we did, but it was like a cold, Wasn't that bad. I don't want to get cocky. I don't want to get too cocky about this. Nobody laughs in the face of COVID or tornadoes. Born to laugh at tornadoes. What was that album? Was, not was. All right, we're already getting into the weeds. All right, the other day at work, I think it was my first day back. I went in with the other supervisors, ordered these subs from this place called Primo Subs, and they're supposed, it's a famous sandwich shop in Philly, but now they're like all over the place. It's like a chain basically. They try to pretend they're not a chain, but it's a chain. All right. So they make good sandwiches, but man, they're expensive. Every time I order from there, I'm like, this isn't worth it, man. I don't want to. It's good, but it's like, why is it so expensive? That's what every time I'm like, it's 1,000 times. It's not even in the same universe as stupid Subway, but it costs a shitload of money, in my opinion. So anyway, I ordered that and immediately was having those thoughts again. So, and I thought, I want a bag of chips with this thing, maybe in a bottle of water. So I went in there and I got my bottle of water out of the vending machine, and then I was just going to get some regular Lay's potato chips from the vending machine right next to it. I slid my card through, all that jazz, made the selection. The thing started moving, it jerked into motion, and I was like, yes, success. Because those things don't work. Those machines don't work for dick. There's a 50-50 chance you're going to be able to get anything out of those things. I don't know. They're not very good. But anyway, I pushed the buttons and the thing jerked into motion. I was like, yes. I felt a little thrill, a little leap. My heart jumped a little bit. Like, yes, I'm going to get these chips. So the thing, the corkscrew started moving. The bag of chips, moved forward slightly, and then it fell. It fell so that I can retrieve it at the bottom. But as it fell, it was like going back and forth, like almost like a leaf falling from a tree. I'm like, that doesn't look right. That doesn't look right at all. A bag of chips should not, fall, float down like a leaf off of a tree in October. Like I said, I'm not a scientist, but so I opened the thing up. I was like, my brow was already furrowed. Like, what is this bullshit that they're foisting on me? I pulled it out. The thing had nothing in it. It was sealed. It had air in it. It was factory sealed, It still had that air in there, to puff it up to make it look like it's full. It's like packed out with chips. Thing had nothing in it. I mean, the thing was just like, how does something like that? How does it get through an entire process at the plant, wherever the plant is, and then the dick who loads that machine? He had to know. You pick that thing up, it's like it has no weight whatsoever. So all you have to do is pick it up, and you're like, what the? So I have that thing on my desk at work, and I show it to people all the time. They're like, wah, ha, 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 ha. Woo, that's good. I'm like, it's not so good when you lose $1.50. I'm glad you're having a good time with it, But anyway, so that's bullshit. So I bought this way too expensive sandwich from this Primo Subs. I mean, it was fine. I don't want to denigrate. I swear to God, I turned that off. It fought itself off again. What's this? Oh, my God. I apologize. It's so unprofessional of me. I know you guys have high expectations. It makes me put in a code to turn the phone off. Does that make any sense? All right. But anyway, what are we talking about? So I bought this, the sub. I'm not denigrating the quality of the sub or the hoagie, as they say up here. I have a hard time saying that word, but that's what they call it. I have no problem with that. It's just the price. All right. Anyway, enough of that. I got a bag of chips, had nothing in it. Nothing but air. Bullshit. The guy loaded that machine. Oh, he knew what he's doing. He said, I paid for this shit over at the Sam's Club. I'm going to pass that off to the next guy. I'm paying it forward. My misfortune. What a humanitarian. All right. We ordered, I think I mentioned in the Patreon episode that Tony got on, just went on a whim almost. I mean, we've been talking about this shit for a long time. But we were just sitting there one night recently, and she goes, I'm going to order a treadmill. I said, whatever. I mean, we've been talking about it, hemming and hawing. There was an inordinate amount of hawing. There was a smattering of hemming and an inordinate amount of hawing about this subject. And she goes, I'm just going to order it. And I said, okay, do it. I mean, out of the blue. I mean, I'm not, you're not going to get any argument out of me. I'm not one of these guys, wait a minute, the household budget. I mean, that's part of the problem. I was like, yeah, do it. Hell yeah. I'm a bad influence. She says I'm a bad influence. But anyway, she ordered it. She ordered the thing with white glove delivery, which means they'll bring it to our house. They'll set it up for us, like put it together and set it up and haul away all the trash, I said, hell yes, that's the way to do it. I'm not going to try to put together a big old giant treadmill, and I was reading reviews of this thing, and people were like, we spent 2.5 hours. There were lots of profanity was spewed. There was a near fist fight trying to put this thing together. I don't need that. I don't need any more aggravation. All right, I got plenty of aggravation that happens just organically. I don't need to save a few bucks by taking on another dump truck load of aggravation. So white glove delivery. Supposed to be delivered on February 4th, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood. I think that's the date. So I've been getting this room ready. We got to move some furniture around. There's some boxes up here. I don't know. Why are there what is this, like a storage locker? Well, I said, Tony, why is there all these boxes in here? And it's the younger boy. I don't know. He left them in here. I don't know. He moved them out of his room and put them in the family room. I don't know. It seems like it would be something I would have bitched about a while ago. I just like, oh, whatever. Just roll with it. Hell with it. But now that we're having to rearrange the room so that the delivery, so these guys can come in here and set this thing up, I'm like, what the hell's all these boxes down here? So anyway, had to move. He and I moved them down to the basement. We we got things cleaned. We did some vacuuming and dusting, and we did some rearranging of the furniture. That's what I did on Monday, part of Monday, on my day off. So we're getting that all ready. Ian told me that he's skeptical. He thinks I'm not going to use it. I hope he's wrong. Although we had an elliptical down here for years, and I didn't use that shit. I didn't like it. I don't know. Tony tried to use it. Tony made an attempt to use that thing, and she eventually said, "To hell with that." But I like walking on the treadmill. I mentioned it before. I like putting on the headphones and listening to a podcast or music, and just walking. I set up for 4 miles. That was the sweet spot. Back when I was going to Planet Fitness, I'd listen to a podcast, Red Leg Nation. I'd listen to Zip's podcast, No Redeeming Qualities. I'd listen to Eugene's podcast, Wheeler's Dog. I would sometimes listen to, whatever, Adam Carolla, Mark Maron, and then sometimes I'd just blast the Buzzcocks, or whatever, and I enjoy it. It clears my head, and I just walk, and, it makes you feel good. You get oxygen going to all your body parts. I mean, oxygen's just pouring to all your muscles and whatnot. So it's good for you, and that's what I'm going to do, and I think I'll use it. We'll see. I mean, this thing's not cheap. I told her, I said, don't be cheaping out on this thing because I'm a fat ass. I get up on that thing, all the bolts are going to start backing out and the thing's going to collapse and it's going to be a big, just a pile of metal. It's just going to be just aluminum, just a pile of aluminum down here. So we spent a little bit of money on this thing and, we'll see how it goes. I'll tell you about something that drove me crazy. This made me a little crazy, all right? And I don't understand humanity. I don't understand why people are like this. But the other day we were having dinner. Was it yesterday? No, it must have been Monday. I wasn't working. Must have been Monday. We were having dinner. My phone was laying there, and I got a notification. I picked it up, and it said breaking news. Major League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association, can't talk, Major League Baseball Players Association have reached an agreement, according to, or sources tell ESPN, that's what it said. So Major League Baseball Players Association have reached an agreement, sources have told ESPN. God. I can't keep it straight, but that's what it said in a nutshell. I was like, what the? I thought they were arguing. It felt like just like hours ago it said that they had a meeting. It didn't go very well. Now they have an agreement. I was like, hell yeah. It was a notification that came to my phone. It wasn't just like something I saw on Twitter. They pushed that thing to me, and I was like, hell yes. Damn right, things are looking up. Baseball, spring training is going to get off to a normal start. We're going to have baseball. Whoo, whoo, whoo. I was excited, pumping my fist in the air. And Tony and the younger boys was looking at me like, what is up with, look at this. Would you look at this spectacle? That's what they were thinking, right? So then after finished dinner, I was all excited. I kept talking about it. I said, this is like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Thank God. Whew. Somebody, finally there's an adult in the room. They can, the importance of this thing, they can't afford to be, missing games and canceling games, arguing over money. They come to an agreement. So I was all excited. And then after dinner, I picked up my tablet to read more about it. There's nothing. There's like nothing on there. There's like nobody's. It's like, I guess that thing was phony. I mean, who would put out something like that, right? Who would do that? I mean, what a dick. You talk about a dick. Even bigger dick than that guy put that empty sack in that vending machine. Who would send out a tweet like that? All right, that's number one. I mean, that's an asshole move if I've ever heard one. Number two, why was that thing sent to my phone? Why did I get a notification on it when it's phony baloney? It's not real. They send you stuff that's important, supposedly, and important stuff. It's got to be screened, right? It was sent to me by Twitter as a notification. Like, this is something you might want to see. This is big, right? They sent that to me. So that lends it a little bit of legitimacy, I guess is the word. And the thing's freaking phony. Talk about a roller coaster of emotions. I was like, I was ecstatic. I was literally pumping my fist in the air, and then suddenly I was like let down. I was like, oh, we're back to our nightmare. These guys, these giant egos, stubborn sons of bitches. They're back at it. It's like nothing has been solved. And then the next phase is anger. Like, what kind of asshole, what kind of dick would send out a tweet like this? And then why was it sent to my phone while I'm having my dinner on a Monday evening? Anyway, that happened. So I don't know. I guess they're having a little bit of progress. I don't know. What a bunch of, these guys, both sides. It's like somebody described it as one side is wrong, the other side's not right, I think that's pretty accurate. I'll take a sip of coffee. My mouth's getting dry. Too much talking. It's like ever since I had the COVID, I don't know, I can't make it through a 30-minute. I started having troubles. I don't know. Maybe that's the residual after effects. The $5 scratch-off project, I started that. I finished the $10 scratch-off project and the $270 in the hole. It's another bullshit thing. That guy down in Florida told my dad over and over again, the $10 scratch-off ticket is the best bet in all gambling. So I thought, well, I'll test that shit out. I'll buy one a week. That was the rules. My original rules were I was going to buy it from the same store on a Saturday, one a week, put it in a spreadsheet, put the results in a spreadsheet, and see where I stand at the end of 52 weeks. So I sort of stuck to that. I didn't always buy it from the same convenience store. That was the only difference. But I'd say 85% of them came from there. And it wasn't good. It was a bad experience. It was not. If that's the best bet in all of gambling, then steer clear of gambling. That's. I know that. Everybody knows that. That's a sucker's bet. But I thought I might have a chance. All it would take is one, right? That's the thing. All it would take is one. If you scratch that thing off and make $500, you're good for the whole year, basically. Close to it. So, but that never happened. The biggest winner was a $50 winner. That only happened once. It's all broken down on the. I broke down. I crunched the numbers. There's all kinds of data there. It's at the wvsr.com/scratch-off. I immediately, glutton for punishment, I started the $5 scratch-off project. $5 scratch-off project, and I'm going to buy 2 a week, so I'm going to be spending the same amount of money. However, I'm going to be buying double the number of tickets. I'm going to be buying 104 tickets. I'm going to be spending the same amount of money that I did on 52 tickets, and I'm going to do that for a year. I'm going to compare the two. I don't know. Tony's like, I think you need to pull the plug on this bullshit. And I said, oh, you're probably right. But I like the excitement of every Saturday going buying lottery tickets, sitting down at the dining room table, scratching that thing off. And I was like, well, here you go. This might be it. This is the one. And then I like the, and then there's like, I don't like the part where I'm like, this is a bunch of garbage. I'm an idiot. What kind of fool? This is a tax on idiocracy. You know what I'm saying? I get so angry I can't even say the words. All right. Anyway, $5 scratch-off project. If you want to follow my exploits there, it's at the wvsr.com/scratch-off5. Scratch-off5. I got a website up there. I already had 1 week, and I'll tell you, I'll give you a sneak peek. I didn't win shit. All right, I spent $10. I didn't win anything. Here we go. And also, before I have some calls I'm going to get to it here in a minute, but before I get, I'm seriously thinking about starting a new novel, writing a new novel. I feel like doing that again. I got the fever. I have all these partially started projects, and one of them I think I could do. I mean, all of them I get excited about when I think about them because I think they're good ideas. There's one in particular that could be turned into a series about these two characters that I think people will enjoy and find funny. I think I'm going to try to start. I'm going to write one of those. I already got like a half a hotline. I got the thing mapped out from a previous attempt at this thing. And I think I could do it. And the thing about that is, if I do it, I'm going to write these little 200 page little short, because you don't have, there's no rules anymore. Back in the old days, a book had to be 350 pages or more. You know, if you're dealing with like a real publishing company. Nowadays, you do whatever the hell you want. You can do a 30-page book if you want. You know, there are no rules. So I want to write at least one 200-pager, a 200-page book, roughly, you know, give or take, novel that's built for entertainment and laughs only. You know, you're not going to learn anything. Just like Larry David said, no hugging, no learning. Right? That was his rules for Seinfeld when he was running Seinfeld. He said no hugging, no learning, and I'm right there with him. I agree with that. There's not going to be any. It is built for laughs. It will be built for laughs, built for entertainment. When you're reading it, you're having a good time. There's nothing more to it. And I think these two characters, I think people will enjoy them. They're kind of sort of based on people in my life that I've known, and I think it'll be funny. And I have a pretty good premise, and it could turn into a series. I think it's good, so I'm going to try to do that. You know, and that's on I've been thinking about that shit all week, so we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. All right, I do have several calls that came into the hotline. Hang on, I got a little. Hang on a second. So the first one is from our old friend Wisey. Wisey goes back many years. He's been a commenter. He might have even been a zine. I don't remember. Was he a zine reader? Or was he an early website adopter? I don't know, but he's been around for a long time, and here is his message.
Jeff, this is Wisey in T-Town. Hope all is going well with you. No viral loads here. All is well. Hey, bud, I just had to bust your balls a little bit, man. You blew a awesome comedic opportunity. So when your boss called and asked for a headshot, you should have just sent back that cartoon version of your head, of your massive, massive head. Without explanation, just sent that back and just sit back and wait for her to respond. So that's what you should have done. I don't know why you didn't think of it, because that would have been hilarious. Would have made for a great story, but whatever. So anyhow, I love the show. Keep up the good work. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
You're right. You're right about that. I actually thought about that after the fact. After I sent her the real picture, which was hideous. I saw that picture the other day. That was the day I tested positive for the virus. Taken at the same, like hours before I tested positive. I was in the throes of sickness. But that doesn't matter. I look like that every day. It doesn't, I can't blame it on that. It's hideous, like a pasty ass, bloated. I think I'm gaining weight in my head. You gain weight in your head. I told my boss, I said, I'm going to be, she kept asking me, how you doing with when I was out sick? And I'm throwing up air quotes, when I was out sick. I said, I'm going to be the only person that goes out with COVID, it comes back 10 pounds heavier. I'm going to put on 10 pounds of COVID weight, But I don't know. Anyway, I thought of that. I think I blame it. I blame the fact that I didn't think of it immediately, like you did, on the fact that I was sick. I mean, I was carrying a load, man. You can't blame me for that, But anyway, that would have been funny. That thing's hideous. It was a cartoon. If you don't know, I was going to do this. I have this No New Jeffs monthly column, which there's going to be a new one up there pretty soon, February 1st, first day of every month. It's a column that I write about some aspect of aging, right? And so when I was setting that thing up, and I wanted to maybe have there's a page on there where it's about the author, about the author, and I wanted to have some caricature or like a cartoon version of me. So I hired this guy off Fiverr. I don't remember what country he was from, but it was something deeply exotic. It was some deep. I don't know what it was. I don't remember. But he had a lot of good reviews on there, and it was relatively inexpensive. I paid the guy, and he sent me back this picture that was full on hideous. I mean, it looked like some kind of liver lip, I looked like I had liver lips, and my head looked like a potato-shaped head. Oh my God, it was hideous. I shared that at the website, and I should have sent that to her and say, all right, here's my headshot. That would have been funny. You're right. And I have another call here from Tony. Tony also has some advice on my headshot that my boss, which I still don't understand what they need that for. I don't know. Why does she need a headshot? She's very evasive. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know. I mean, do you require is there when they give you your pink slip, is there a picture? Does it require a current photo? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but she called me and asked me to send her a headshot. And that was the same day I tested positive, and they sent me home from work and all that stuff. Or I don't know. But anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, so Tony called in also with some more advice on what I should have done, and here it is.
Hey Jeff, this is Tony from St. Louis, Cincinnati, Oklahoma, and most recently Cleveland. Listening to your show, want to call in really quick. You should have taken the headshot for your work with the COVID swabber crammed up your nose. Why didn't you think of that? Would have been perfect. Anyway, that's all I got.
Well, at that point, that's true. That would have been funny. I agree. But when she asked me for that thing, I didn't know. I mean, I had no idea. I had a cold. She forced me into it, No, that's right. So we were talking on the phone. She said, "Get tested," and then yeah, right, yeah. Okay, the timeline is right. You're correct, Tony. I could have done that. Just had the swab sticking out of my nose with a frown on my face. That would have been pretty good. I like both your ideas. I appreciate that, Tony. And then Tony called back, and here that one is.
Hey Jeff, this is Tony in St. Louis, Cleveland, whatever. Again. Maybe you got the virus from producer Zip. Did you ever think about that? Because we all know that COVID stands for computer, the CO, virus, the VI part, and the D, well, we all know what the D stands for. It stands for D's nuts. Hope you're having a great day. Don't die.
I was giving Ian some shit about not being able to understand him last time he called in, Ian from Scotland. But I had a hard time understanding some of that stuff too. And I read the transcript that our old buddies over at Google, our Google overlords, provided me of that phone call. It makes no sense. That thing's a piece of shit. They need to up their game. They shouldn't even offer that because that thing is so wildly inaccurate. In fact, I might include that. I might include the transcript of this call, Tony, at the website at surfreportpod.com when this is posted, and you can compare the call and what they said that you said. Google. That's what I'm talking about. Google, maybe we've all heard of them, I mean, these guys are supposed to be the kings of the universe. I want to show you what they say that you said. I'm going to show that. I'm going to post that at surfreportpod.com. I had some hard time understanding some of that stuff. You said that the D in COVID stands for D's nuts. I did get that part. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I had a hard time with that one. But anyway, I'm fully recovered. We're all recovered. Zip is recovered too. We're all recovered. We're back. And speaking of Ian, here's another call from Ian in Scotland.
Hey, Jeff. It's Ian in Scotland, talking slowly and calmly. Back in my car, day 2, testing negative after the old Wuhan flu. Imagine, what are the chances of me and you having that at the same time? Crazy. So no ill effects, so that's good. Last about a week of mild cold. So, fine. I was saying on my last message that it sounds like you prefer walking to the gym than being in the gym. So, I don't know, maybe try walking. I don't know if you can do that there. Doesn't sound too crazy. Remember my sister saying she got lost and took a wrong road into downtown Baltimore. She said it was like Escape from New York. Swears that she saw Snake Plissken running around. That's that. The Scottish accent thing, I think it's maybe class related, in that people who are working class Scottish tend to talk quicker than people who have got some money. I think that's due to the life expectancy thing, that we're so rushed to say what we need to say in our short allotted time on the planet. Just a theory. Could be wrong. Okay, mate, keep up the work. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Glad you're feeling better, Ian. I'm glad you're back behind the wheel, back at work and all that. Man, I follow Ian at Instagram, and when he's out and about, sometimes he just takes pictures, like just of, whatever, just out and about, like cities, like towns and the roads and, where he's driving and stuff. Beautiful. I mean, shockingly beautiful. If you took pictures of up here, you'd be like, what is that? What's that fire trap? That place looks like it's getting ready to collapse. For one thing, it's leaning way to the left. It's a structure that people apparently live in, but it's leaning. It has a lean to it, and it looks like a fire trap. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. But beautiful pictures. Anyway, glad you're feeling better and back behind the wheel. I'm feeling better too, as I said already before. You said I like it. Okay, I misunderstood. The last time you called, you said it sounds like you. I thought you said it appears that you like walking more than you like going to the gym. But you said you like walking to the gym more than being inside the gym. You're right. I do like walking, and I don't like going to the gym. I don't like that, but I do like walking. I used to walk, but the problem with that is I'm talking about walk outside. I had a course. I mapped it out. It was like 4 miles, relatively flat. See, that's a problem you have up here. There's a lot of hills, and I don't like climbing a frickin' mountain. I just want to walk. That's what I want to do. I don't want to go out there and walking up the side of a steep hill. And there's a lot of hills. This is very hilly country. So I figured out a route. But the problem with that is there's plenty of problems, right? The problem is the weather. It rains a lot. It's cold a lot. It's frickin' hot a lot. It's not enjoyable. I mean, occasionally, sometimes, you can find the sweet spot and it's like comfortable out there. I don't want to walk when it's like 92 degrees with 100% humidity. And, it sucks. It's no good. I don't want to walk out there when it's like it is right now when I just brought those groceries in. I'd be like, I'm not going out there. Hell with that, So I don't know. I like it sometimes, but most of the time the weather makes it no fun, I think this might work because I can just come down to the family room, put on my headphones, and walk. And I don't have to worry about driving anywhere. I don't have to worry about the elements. We'll see how it goes. You're probably right, Ian. I'll be hanging my hat on there pretty soon. I'll just be throwing my pre-blowed out jeans. I'll be laying those things across there, before I blow the full ass out of another pair. And around, you said your sister took a wrong turn in Baltimore or something. Yeah, it's not a good town to be taking wrong turns. I'm not an expert, but I know enough. You wouldn't have that problem up here. Because we live in an area of town where people are like, oh, well, aren't you fancy? Whoo-hoo, Mr. Fancy Pants. Like, yeah, I don't think so. Everybody, like, there's this opinion that this town that we live in is just loaded. It was just all rich people. Well, I said, well, I live there, so that your premise is a chunk of turd. That's no good. I said, I live there. So, they're like, oh, well, whoo-hoo, mister, all this stuff. When I first moved here, people were like, I was like, what is this? And but anyway, that's the reputation. But it's a nice town. I mean, you're not going to run into any kind of Baltimore issues here in our little town. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I hope it goes well. And the accent, I liked your explanation on the Scottish accent. Got to get it all in because of life expectancy. That's excellent. You make me laugh, Ian. And thank you guys for calling, all of you, all three of you. Wisey, Tony, Ian, thank you guys for calling. I hope everybody else will take the lead on these three gentlemen and give me a call. Round the clock, 24 hours a day. It's all set up. I mean, the transcript part of it doesn't work very well. The rest of it, man, that works great. And the telephone number, 570-290-8151. Just call me up and do like these guys do. Just make comments and that kind of stuff. And I'll probably, almost certainly, include it in a future episode. So do that today. Also, if you want 2 of these episodes a week instead of a measly one, I got that all set up for you too over at Patreon. That's Patreon, patreon.com/Jeff K. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation, and you'll get an extra episode of the podcast every week. That's $4 a month, extra episode every week. Good value. So do it today. Patreon.com/Jeff K. The surfreportpod.com website is the website I set up for the podcast, where we have expanded show notes, photos, links, extra stuff. Check that out, surfreportpod.com. I think it's pretty good. I think it's I like it. I think it's valuable. So check that out. The $5 scratch off project is underway. The WVSR.com/scratchoff5. Check that out. And sign up if you're interested in my monthly Substack column about aging. I mentioned it earlier. It's at, let's see, what's it called? NoNewJeffs.substack.com. It's a monthly column about some aspect of aging. The next one will be up there February 1st. It's the first day of every month. I post a new one. I think I spend a little time on these, and I think they're halfway decent. So if you're interested in that, I mean, it's for laughs too. It's all comedy. It's all humor. So, but anyway, if you want to do that, sign up. It's free. It costs nothing. It comes right to your email inbox, or you can just check it out on the website, at the Substack website. Again, nonewjeffs.substack.com. There's no new Jeffs. They're not making any more. All the Jeffs are old. It makes me sad. All right. We're at the end of this thing. Thank you guys for everything. Thanks for listening. And I'll be back soon over on the Patreon side for patrons only, the Delta Force of podcast listeners. So until then, you guys have yourselves a fine, fine day. I'll see you. Bye. This is a bunch of garbage. I'm an idiot. What kind of fool? This is a tax on idiocracy. You know what I'm saying? I get so angry I can't even say the words.